Howdy folks, this is Tyler here, and I actually got this bill from a good friend of mine the other day, a couple days ago. It's a series of, let me focus in here, series of 1934 from San Francisco Federal Reserve Bank. It's the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, California. I'm going to go into the details of this bill and what makes it different than the 1950 series and newer for the older style bills. The bank stamp here, of course, is a lot bigger and doesn't have the rigid teeth going around the circle. Also, it says the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, California. The 1950 just says Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, California. Everything newer than 1950 as well. The bold lettering, letters and numbers for the serial number is definitely bigger than the newer ones. It also says this note is legal tender for all debts public and private and is redeemable in lawful money at the United States Treasury or at any Federal Reserve Bank. The words there are definitely bigger. Everything is a lot bigger. The word 100, number 100, and the seal are bigger, and the seal is a little bit lighter. I still haven't been able to tell whether this is a lime green, but I don't think this is a lime green seal. I think it's just a regular green seal, which is fine. Lime green is slightly more rare, but it's okay. I'm still glad I got that. But nothing really else has changed. The signatures are a lot lower. William Alexander Julian as treasurer, and Secretary of the Treasury was Henry Morgenthau Jr. Jeez, we've had a lot of planes flying over today. It's hard to videotape with that going on. Anyway, let's flip to the back. The back is the same as the 1950, where it says, does not say in God we trust, but then in 1963 series, they began putting it on there. And the plate number is in the same place as always, right there. But anyway, yeah, I got this from a good friend of mine, and it was really cool to be able to get this from her. It was from a Great Depression building. So it was discovered in a Great Depression building in the wall. And a bunch of 500s were also found in the wall, along with a bunch of hundreds and a bunch of 50s. She held on to one of the 500s, and she also held on to quite a few of the hundreds. She took the rest to the bank. The bank actually that she took them to didn't even know they were real. So they sent them out to be identified, and then when they found out they were real, then they put the money into her account. So they didn't even know at the bank how to tell if the 500s or even hundreds were real because they were so old. But yeah, she's a good friend, and she was more than happy to allow me to have one of these for face value. So my grandma's told me a lot of stories too about, my grandma was actually born in 1931. This is 1934. So this was closest to her birth year made during the time it's special to me because it's sentimental. And she's a good grandma, and she's going through some hard times now. She's 86. She's going to be 87 in December. She was born in 1931. And I love her to pieces. This is just a cool piece of history. $100 was a lot during the Great Depression, and she says that she doesn't even remember seeing a $100 bill at the time, and she didn't even know at the time that $100 bills existed, and she doesn't even think her parents really knew much about what a $100 bill was. Now, she was just a little kid, so she might not really remember, but I believe $100 was a lot of money back then, and it may have been very hard during the Depression for anybody to have held a $100 bill unless they were really wealthy, or to even hold multiple $100 bills. To hold a 500 or above was a miracle during that time. Most large denominations, I believe, were used as bank trades and transfers because it was a cash-only basis at the time. But really cool piece. I'm glad you guys were able to see this. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys know anything about the value, I believe it's maybe worth 110, 115 to the right collector. I know they're not worth a lot, but it might be worth more. It's in pretty decent condition. It's got some folds, but the paper's all right. It looks really nice. It has a nice old look. But if you guys have any input on what you think the value might be, let me know. I think it might be worth about 110 though, 115. I've seen people pay even more than that for them, who are really big collectors. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and peace out, guys. Have a good day.